Honourable Minister, looking at the current status quo of the field, it was only 2 houses that were built. The area of where footballers normally rest when they enter into the field, and secondly, the entire field. There is no public toilet, water, and the perimeter fence in the contract found that it was developed by the Indian Federation. It was only 3 courses that was added. The inner structure also, less than months ago, the wire fencing, it's also off. What is your ministry's preparedness to make sure some of these issues that are affecting the football field could be ironed out immediately?
Speaker, the Buyam football field was handed over in March of 2024 to the committee that is responsible for it. At the time of handing over, everything was intact, including the chain link fence that you are referring to, as well as all the other facilities. Now, whatever happened in between that time and now must have been purely based on management. However, at the time of construction, the contract details was what was delivered, which is the extension of the fence, the construction of the change rooms for the players and the referee and the match officials, as well as the chain link fence and the upgrading of the football field. And of course, the seating area. So those are the things that are there. Whatever happened there, I've not been there recently, but I know there is a committee that is responsible for that field.
Honourable Minister, I can tell you the seating fence is not at its best. The football ground, the pitch itself, is just like when you attend the match, few couple of hours you'll be admitted at Buyam Hospital. Looking at the current nature of the sun and also the blowing issues. So looking at 7.817 million, as per the current status quo of the field, we thought something has been done. And I want to applaud you. What immediate step would you take to make sure the ground could be leveled for a better befitted?
There's point of order from the member for Badjie. Can we hear that? Use your mic.
43.3. Supplementary question should not be more than one minute. And the supplementary question. It's a supplementary question. It's a supplementary question. Yes, and it's not more than 1 minute. And it's more than 1 minute. So
what is Badjie doing there?
Order. Honorable members, order, please. Please, honorable members, order. Yeah, order sustained. Honorable member, please make sure you ask your question within the time.
Yes, looking at the whole situation, the inner field itself is not accommodable for football. What immediate measures would your minister be ready to make sure some of these concerns that are raised would be addressed immediately, or else I think we'll abandon the field and look for Amboyo one in our area?
Well, Speaker, the idea of the Buyam and other football fields was to do a phase 1 and then later on phase 2. So phase 2 includes the grassing of the fields, and recently the Ministry of Works, who are normally supervisors, have gone round to do a study and have given us a cost for the installation of construction of grasses in all of these pitches. So we are looking for the funds, and once the funds are available, we will improve on the pitch.
Honorable Minister, when we award contract as government and the contract is executed, we have a period we call defect liability period. During the defect liability period, these problems that Honorable Member for Councillor said could have been detected and the contractor will go and fix them back. Was the defect liability period observed for this contract? Thank you. Yes, because I have knowledge.
I agree with you. The defect liability period for these contracts was 6 months, and once they were delivered, whatever had gone wrong were fixed. I mean, an instance is Kafuta, where they have a similar issue, and they were asked to go and fix it. But for Buyam, it's like I said, it was handed over more than a year ago, and if there's anything now, it must have been after the 6 months.
Honorable Minister,
After handing over the projects to the beneficiaries, particularly to the various committees, did you do periodical, observations to see the management of these properties, facilities? Because I've realized that BIAM issue, there is a lot of management issue with respect to BIAM facility, because I visited that facility myself and I have found so many issues that are not really okay in terms of management. Did you visit these places? Do you visit the places to see whether they are managing them correctly, if not to issue them recommendations so that the facilities can be maintained well?
Also, yes, once we handed over the projects, in fact, we employed someone, and we called him a facility manager, who was working with the committees, and he was employed for 1 year to help all these football fields and committees for the management of it. And he do go around and come along with recommendations. That's how the issue of the grass came about. But again, some of these issues are really not a problem of ministry. It's a problem of attitude of people who are mandated to manage these facilities and the ones that use them. Because if government invests in a facility, you expected that the people there would take it as theirs, and immediately after use, they do the necessary cleaning and all that. But I went round, same situation you talked about in Biam is what I saw in other places in Sandu. But for instance, in Kiang, it's different. We've seen how much the community of Kiang is managing that place well. And the same thing with Janjambure. But some of these other committees, I mean, it's difficult, but it's more of an attitude of attitude of people and maintaining properties that is challenging to them.